Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Airport Adventures, where I bring you along with me as I travel and show you different airports and different terminals. My name's Andrew, and today we're starting out in Tokyo's Haneda Airport, Terminal 1. In my previous episodes, I looked at Terminal 2 and the International Terminal, which as of yesterday is known as Terminal 3. And it's pretty early right now. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I have a pretty early flight. So I came here a couple of days ago to do a lot of filming of the pre-departures area. So let's go ahead and see what they have. I was really happy when I came here the other day. So I hope you enjoy this. So come along, let's check out Haneda's International Airport, Terminal 1. Today we're starting out on the basement floor. This floor is the atrium which greets those using train transportation. Both the monorail, which can be accessed on either side of the terminal, and the KQ line, located in the center, deeper underground, and my mode of transportation for today, service this airport. The first floor also has a decent-sized Lawson's convenience store, a McDonald's, and this nifty Coca-Cola station, which has a variety of drink vending machines. I thought this washroom vacancy screen was a useful feature in an airport. There's also a few shops loosely spread throughout and a food court tucked behind the elevator with some tasty options. Besides grabbing something to eat, there's probably no reason to spend much time on this floor. But a quick ride up one floor and we're in the arrivals area. I'll only spend a few moments here, but if you're flying in from another part of the country, you'll come out one of these doors. It's a fairly spacious area where one can catch the bus or taxi. The first floor also has the elevator leading up to the Haneda House. More on that later. There's also a capsule hotel which has capsules for 4,900 yen a night. A great affordable option for those looking for a place to crash. Also, if you're into aviation, it might be worthwhile checking out the Japan Airlines shop on this floor. Next up is the departures floor. The terminals at Haneda Airport are quite long, and this terminal is no exception. It is separated into the north and south end with a 6-story marketplace in the center. If you're flying with Japan Airlines, it really doesn't matter where you come in. In today's day and age, domestic check-in is almost entirely done online or at a kiosk, and this is reflected in the setup of the terminal. It's a very clean and efficient check-in setup, and from there you can use any of the 6 conveniently located security stations. If you're flying with status or business class, you can take advantage of the priority check-in near the center of the terminal. On the north side is where you'll find the check-in for Skymark, Japan Airlines low-cost carrier. And on the south, you'll find StarFlyer, an interesting and little-known airline, which I haven't yet flown. Have you? On either end of the terminal, you'll find some nice places to relax and some of Japan's fine vending machines. I enjoy the browns and dark color motif of the terminal. The shaded light keeps the area from being terribly hot and unpleasant. Also, I think they did a great job adding details to the terminal. From the second floor, a runway appears going down the length of the terminal with airplanes designed with the tiles. Do you see them? So if you're an av geek, you might like this little nook on the second floor on the south end of the terminal. It's loaded with a bunch of information about the airport, flight plans for when they take off and where they land, along with some other information. It's all in Japanese, but it's fairly intuitive from the charts and the interactive material here, and definitely something pretty nifty that you might want to check out if you have some time to spare here in Terminal 1. It's little nooks like these which I enjoy seeing when I come to different airports around the world. If you have some time before your flight and checking out maps and charts isn't your thing, then I suggest to head over to the marketplace. There is more than meets the eye in this area. The first floor is where you'll find all sorts of fantastic treats. On the second floor, you'll find an ever so important Starbucks. And when flying domestic in Japan,
you are allowed to bring coffees and drinks through security, so you don't have to worry about rushing. As we make our way higher, there's a nice selection of higher-end restaurants and shops. You can also practice your swing at this golf center using their golf simulator. The 6th floor is where you can access the outdoor observation deck. In fact, there's not just one, but 2 decks here, and on clear days, specifically in the winter or spring, you can get outstanding views of Mount Fuji with its white cap behind the international terminal. Back inside, down a flight of stairs, you'll find something you wouldn't expect in an airport, and my highlight of this video, welcome to Haneda House. Right now I'm in the Haneda House, which is kind of I guess it's not really a mall, but just a very well spaced out area with a few shops throughout, such as a Starbucks, which I think probably has one of the best Starbucks with the best view of the runways I've ever seen. It's really gorgeous, especially on a nice day like today. There's shared workspace areas. You saw the golf earlier, and throughout there's all these different random seating, comfortable seats. You know, if you grab yourself your coffee, you can find a quiet place, just relax, and you actually kind of forget that this is an airport. You hear nothing of, you know, the loudness that you hear on the check-in floor. There's none of that. It's absolutely quiet in here, with a little bit of instrumentals in the background. Very relaxing. You would not expect seeing something this. You would not expect seeing something like this in a terminal. So the departures terminal is kind of set up, I guess, best described as, you know, the letter W, kind of with a flat base there, and the sides is kind of where either ends, and the middle is kind of where you're going to find most of the shops in the terminal. And there's a wide variety. You have your noodle shops, there's lots of places selling ice cream, there's sandwiches, and there's coffee. You can get a beer at 6 o'clock in the morning if you want. Lots of options, and you know, it's a nice bright terminal with large windows, which is nice. The ceilings are a little low. You don't kind of get that wide openness that you would in some other terminals. But the windows, large windows, and on a nice sunny day like today, definitely does kind of make up for maybe the closeness that you might get with the low ceilings. But overall, very nice terminal. You really don't have to go far to get anything that you want by your gate, which is really good.
This quite long passage, which gets you to any part of the terminal, is relatively quiet and there's not much going on. Though here you'll find the lounges, such as Japan Airlines One World Sakura Lounge, the pay-per-use lounges, and smoking lounges, which really aren't lounges at all. One great thing you'll find throughout this terminal are the many laptop workstations. If that's not your thing, you can always watch TV, and if you don't like what's on, you can always just change the channel. The central area is the most spacious, with most of the amenities one may need, and where my gate is today. But if you do have ground boarding, gates 80 to 91, you'll have to jump down a flight of stairs by gate 8. It was dead silent when I visited this area at 6:30 in the morning. There isn't really much to do down here anyways, so if you want to grab something before your flight, I think it'd be wise to do so before heading down.
So these are, as you see in my other videos, my ideal airport terminal seats, and actually these are probably the best ones I've seen. There's no handrails, you can lie down, they have the charger, power bars throughout, and you get a nice view of the outside operations. It's nice and bright, and you can kind of relax, you can watch the TV up there. But this part of the terminal is very nice, very relaxing, nice soft ambient music. And you know, if you're a person that is very stressed out about traveling, you know, domestic side here in Japan, it's, you know, they really try and make it a very pleasant experience for everyone. And at the other end of the terminal, for gates around 17 to 24 is where you're going to find Skymark, which is JAL's lowest cost carrier airline, which flies domestically throughout the country. So if you're on a domestic low cost carrier flight, you're probably going to be in this part of the airport. All right, so just to wrap things up here, a few things that I enjoyed. Number one, I think, was the Haneda House. Very
quiet, very unique, very well done part of the airport. The Starbucks there is fantastic, gives you a great view of the airport, and you get the nice picture of Fuji on the other side. That leads into number 2. I thought the observation deck outdoors, great views. You can look both ways. You can look towards Fuji, you can look the other way as well. So great views from up there. I really enjoyed that. And then on the departure side here, everything's spaced out nicely. It's a very long terminal, but you know, all your amenities that you want are fairly you know, together, and you're never too far from one of them. There's lots throughout the terminal, so I enjoyed seeing that. And that about does it for my time here in Terminal 1. If you enjoyed it, let me know what you thought about it, and please like, subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys around next time.